It all started in SS1 at Gracefield College, Ibadan. Efe, a shy but brilliant boy from Delta State, transferred into the school mid-time. He was different, quiet, respectful, and always buried in books. Then there was Tomiwa, the most popular girl in the class, not just because of her beauty, but her confidence, boldness, and leadership in debates and drama club. They met under the old mango tree behind the staff room. Tomiwa had forgotten her biology notes, and Efe offered her his. That simple act sparked a connection. Soon, they became inseparable, walking home together after school, studying for WAEC, and sharing dreams of becoming a doctor and a lawyer. But of course, every sweet story in Nigeria secondary school gets pepper soup at some point. Rumors began to fly. See them, lover birds. Efe na mumu, na book in sabi, na girl come dey control am. Na so dem dey start. Before belle go enter now. The principal called both families. Tomiwa's street's father banned her from seeing Efe. But young love, they say, is stubborn. After secondary school, JAMB added its own wahala. Efe scored high and got medicine in Unilag. But Tomiwa didn't meet her cutoff and had to settle for a diploma in a private polytechnic. The distance began to take a toll. Efe was too busy with lectures and hospital postings. Tomiwa struggled with inferiority complex. She would call. Efe would be too tired to pick. Efe would text. Tomiwa would reply, "I'm fine," with attitude. Then came the first breakup. Tomiwa accused him of changing. Efe accused her of not understanding his stress. They parted ways bitterly, but neither moved on. 2 years later, just as Tomiwa gained admission into OAU for law, Efe's father died in a car accident. Efe was shattered. His mother had already been struggling with health. Surprisingly, it was Tomiwa who called. She heard through mutual friends. "I know, you may not want to hear from me," she said, "but I'm praying for you." That phone call reopened wounds, but also reignited the flame. After years apart, fate brought them back together in Abuja during NYSC. Efe was posted to National Hospital and Tomiwa to a law firm in Imise. They bumped into each other at a corpus event. Tomiwa wore her khaki like a queen, and Efe couldn't stop staring. Old memories rushed back like Harmattan wind. This time, they took things slowly. Dates at Chicken Republic, evening walks at Millennium Park. They talk like adults, not just about love, but about life, money, culture, and future. Their love is obviously matured. Just when Efe was planning to propose, another blow came. Tomiwa's father said no. He is not a Yoruba. He is from Delta. We already have someone for you. Her family had arranged a suitor from Lagos, wealthy, Yoruba, and a politician's son. Tomiwa broke down. Efe, out of pain, told her, "Marry who your father wants. I'm tired of fighting." Here comes another heart-wrenching breakup. This one lasted a whole year. But fate wasn't done. One evening, while watching TV, Tomiwa saw Efe on TV channel being interviewed as one of the youngest neurosurgeons in Lagos. Something broke in her. She left the house, took a boat, and showed up at his hospital. "I'm done running," she said. "This love has refused to die." This time, Efe didn't hesitate. They eloped. No fancy wedding, just a court registry in Ikeja and a quiet reception with friends. Years passed. Tomiwa became a senior associate at a top law firm. Efe opened a private clinic in Lekki. They had 2 kids. Tomiwa's father eventually forgave them. When he saw his grandson walking around shouting, "Grandpa, Grandpa." Their love wasn't perfect, but it was real, resilient, and tested by fire. They often sat under a mango tree in their compound, telling their kids, love isn't about perfection, it's about choosing each other again and again, even when it's hard. Marriage was sweet at first. Honeymoon in Obudu Castle Ranch, love notes on the fridge, and laughter echoing through their modest Lekki apartment. But the pressure of adulthood soon crept in. Efe was working late nights at the clinic, building his name in Lagos' competitive medical field. Tomiwa, now a rising star at a top law firm, barely got home before 9 p.m. "You are always tired, and you are always unavailable. Must I beg for your attention? Well, must I beg for your respect?" Then came the biggest test yet, miscarriage. Tomiwa was 3 months pregnant when she collapsed in court. Efe rushes to the hospital, but they couldn't save the baby. She wept for weeks. He withdrew into silence. For the first time since they reunited, they slept in different rooms. But on one rainy night, Efe sat beside her wife and whispered, "If I lose you, it won't matter how many babies we have or don't have." Tears fell again, this time from both of them. They held each other till the morning. From then, they chose to rebuild with therapy, prayers, and patience. 2 years later, Tomiwa gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Efe named them Hope and Harmony. They bought a bigger house in Aja. Tomiwa's father came for the naming ceremony and publicly apologized for fighting their love. Efe smiled and said, "Daddy, if you didn't oppose us, our story wouldn't be this strong." Their love became a living testimony to young couples, showing that love isn't just about good times, but about fighting together in the bad times. Tomiwa became a partner in her law firm. Efe opened a foundation offering free surgeries to poor children in rural areas. They would often speak at youth events about resilience in relationships. One day, their daughter Hope asked, "Mommy, how did you know that Daddy was the one?" Tomiwa smiled, glanced at Efe, and said, "Because even when we broke, even when we cried, even when we lost everything, we still found our way back to each other. That is not just love, that is destiny." Efe and Tomiwa didn't have a perfect journey, but they had something stronger than perfection. They had commitment, friendship, faith, and love that refuses to die. True love doesn't always follow a straight path. Sometimes it bends, it breaks, it hurts, but if it's meant to be, it will find its way back stronger, deeper, and more beautiful than before. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button so that you can get updated immediately we post next video. Thank you for watching once again. See you in the next video. Bye bye.